Now, one day in a potentially autonomous future where fingers are removed by the local authorities for changing gear by yourself and the mere notion of driving by yourself is rewarded by your whole family being thrown in prison, we'll look back through the pages of automotive history at the S2000 and go, yes, that was a good day. Serving as quite possibly the world's best example of buying yourself a birthday gift, the S2000 was to Honda from Honda for its 50th birthday. And what a gift it was, because you've got to remember this car was forged at a time when Honda were at their performance height. They were a force to be reckoned with in Formula One. Their motorcycles were second to none. You've also got to remember that the NSX at this time had its name forged in the stone of history as an absolute legend.
And then along comes the S2000, and it wasn't a disappointment.
This very well looked after example comes from Honda's own heritage fleet, and it's one of the Edition 100s, one of the very last S2000s to be made. Now, just like any other Japanese sports car, it knows the power of the understatement. It's not too showy, but it has some very sharp creases that form its silhouette that make it instantly recognisable. The very long bonnet, for example, and the bulging front arches for that nice wide track there. The short rear overhang, the dual exhaust pipes. Edition 100 cars also received these graphite wheels, blacked out badges, and a tone of white that was previously only reserved for their F1 cars. It's one of those cars that real enthusiasts get excited about, but the everyman might just walk past and write it off as maybe something normal. But as you know, the S2000 is anything other than normal. The jewel in the S2000's crown is, of course, its 4-cylinder 2-litre VTEC engine that's naturally aspirated and revs all the way to 9,000 RPM. This is what Honda engineers can do when you give them a few too many blue Smarties. It revs and revs and revs, and just when you think it won't do any more, it revs some more. And when that VTEC kicks in, this thing lights a fuse, Jesus Christ. When the cam profiles change in this car, that is when all of that power comes in, right at the top of the rev range. You've got to wait for it, but it is so rewarding. And the challenge from then onwards is to keep the car on song, keep those revs high and maintain that 237 brake horsepower that it outputs at peak. It is an incredible machine and quite unlike anything else. Whilst what lays under the bonnet is nothing short of an engineering marvel, it is coupled to this delicious 6-speed manual transmission. Really short throw, nice ball bearing to rest in the middle of your hand there, and it's just so direct. It's one of those really mechanical elements of the car, and it's really, really involving to use. And of course, if you want to make really strong progress, you'll be using it plenty. Power sent through to the rear wheels, as it should be with any sports car, via a limited slip differential. All in all, the handling of the car is something quite incredible. It's darty, it's light, there's really good weighting to the steering. I mean, it could do with a little bit more feel so you really know what's going on beneath you, but the chassis is what really communicates all of the lumps and bumps, changing undulations in the road. It's all communicated through your backside. The S2000 does come with a reputation, particularly the early cars, for being a bit twitchy on the limit. Now, this car being post-2004, after the facelift, it means that it had reworked suspension, thicker anti-roll bars, and various stability systems enabled. It's helped the car, certainly, but it's still not the sort of thing that my mum could drive quickly, let's put it that way. And that's a very good thing. I like my sports cars with a pair of testicles, you see. They shouldn't be something that anybody could just jump into and get to Tesco's in half the time. It should be something that demands the driver to have respect for it, and that's exactly what the S2000 does. And what it gives to you in return is an excessively rewarding driving experience. Now, of course, modern sports cars have come a fair way in the time that the S2000 has departed us, but that said, I think it's actually aged rather well, because there's not too much fussy design in here. It's nice, clean. Okay, so David Hasselhoff's Knight Rider digital display is a bit retro these days, but I quite like it. It's quite cool. It turns chasing that 9,000 RPM red line into a bit of a video game. 0 to 62 miles per hour is quite the adventure and took just 6.2 seconds. Sadly, the S2000 passed away in 2009, and it's been longed for ever since. The speculation is that Honda are working on a successor at the moment to join the new Type R. But in the meantime, this car is remembered for its raked profile, its direct and precise handling, and of course, that engine.
Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe for all of the latest and greatest cars to hit the road. For breaking news and written reviews, visit www.insidelane.co.uk.